Welcome viewers to the Saturday, April 15th edition of 284 News. I am Jacko Wooding bringing you our top stories from this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin with news that honoree of this year's Virgin Gorda Easter Festival, Dawn Flax, won the grand prize of $1,000 for her well-designed hat in the 2023 Ralph T. O'Neill Easter Hat Parade. In other news, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley recently addressed criticisms on his rise to leadership of the Virgin Islands, stating that, quote, God makes no mistakes, while acknowledging that some have labeled him an accidental premier. He spoke on 284 Media's Just for the Record. According to Wheatley, it was the very leadership skills he utilized during his 10 months as premier that led to his appointment as deputy premier of the Virgin Islands party government.
Persons speak about the circumstances upon which I became premier. Well, that's why I was selected as the deputy premier. Because when you select a deputy premier, you have to select a deputy premier who could potentially be the premier at any time. And I was selected as deputy premier because of the skills that I have, the qualities that I have to bear. Some persons have used the opportunity and called me an accidental premier. But I believe very firmly in God, and I don't think that God makes any mistakes. I had a friend of mine, a cousin of mine, who's a preacher in the church, and he said about 12 years ago that he saw a vision that I became the premier. And at that time, I couldn't see how it could happen, you know. And I think no one's really saw it happening over the 4-year period. But I thank God that I had the opportunity to step up to the plate for the people of the Virgin Islands when they needed me most.
He believes that his detractors need only look at what he managed to accomplish in the brief time for evidence of demonstrations of his leadership.
If you go through 4 years and you can't look at anything that you could have done differently, you're not introspective enough. I'm constantly seeking ways to learn and to improve. I'm my own worst critic. Of course, I wish we would have been able to communicate better with the people of the Virgin Islands. When the whole COI report was released and we were threatened with the suspension of the Constitution, to explain to persons exactly what was taking place. I put my full focus in negotiations with the United Kingdom and trying to prevent the suspension of the Constitution. But of course, in these instances, you have to make sure you dialogue well with the people.
When asked if, looking back at the past 10 months, he would have done anything differently, Wheatley had this to say.
If you go through 4 years and you can't look at anything that you could have done differently, you're not introspective enough. I'm constantly seeking ways to learn and to improve. I'm my own worst critic. Of course, I wish we would have been able to communicate better with the people of the Virgin Islands. When the whole COI report was released and we were threatened with the suspension of the Constitution, to explain to persons exactly what was taking place. I put my full focus in negotiations with the United Kingdom and trying to prevent the suspension of the Constitution. But of course, in these instances, you have to make sure you dialogue well with the people.
Wheatley said that a priority of the next government, should he be elected to continue to lead the Virgin Islands, will be to improve public relations and place an increased focus on having Virgin Islanders informed and engaged in decisions made on their behalf. Wheatley's full interview is available on 284media.com and on the 284 Media YouTube channel. Viewers, with that, we take you to a quick commercial break. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man, forget you.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power? Top of power.
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top up or?
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. The BVI must introduce legislation to penalize the government when they commit acts that harm the environment and endanger the lives of residents. That was a sentiment shared by Chairman of the Progressives United Party, Honorable Julian Fraser, as he responded to a question during a debate that was held for political party leaders in the BVI. Among some of the measures listed by Fraser, he said that the introduction of penalties for environmental breaches by the government will assist in speeding up the process of having the respective breach or issue resolved.
The environment. We have to legislate in order to protect our environment. In the absence of legislation, our environment will be shot. Right now, we have an incinerator that's broken for the last 2 years. We are doing open burning. If we had legislation in place that would penalize the government for each day that we do open burning, I'm sure that they would have moved more swiftly to get that incinerator fixed. We have a sewage treatment plant down at Bird Point that's been out of action since Hurricane Irma. That's 6 years. If we were penalizing the government for each day that the raw sewage was being dumped in the ocean, that would have been fixed. So we have to legislate for our environment, just like we have to legislate for renewable energy. We're not going to get those panels, those solar panels, unless we legislate the use of fossil fuels to be a harm to our environment. So that's my plan for the National Sustainable Development Plan over the course of the next administration.
Premier Wheatley said that under his leadership, his government was able to pass a National Sustainable Development Plan, something that was not done by any previous governments during their respective tenure. He said strategies are already in place to have the plan implemented in a systematic manner, which will involve several stakeholders.
And one of the first things we've done is we've contacted the UNDP, the United Nations Development Program. And the United Nations Development Program has already pledged technical assistance for the implementation of this plan. Similar to what we've done with the COI, we will create a unit within the Premier's office. In fact, we have positions which have already been allocated in the budget for a policy unit. And these persons will be tasked, along with the United Nations Development Plan, with producing an implementation plan. And that implementation plan will be mapped to the budget. We will go ministry by ministry, and we will ensure that every single permanent secretary is a part of that implementation committee, which will then do time-bound, measurable, specific goals, which we will map to each budget cycle for the next 4 years and beyond.
Chairman of the National Democratic Party, Marlon Penn, pointed to the Recovery and Development Agency as proof of his party's track record in introducing entities to develop the territory. He said as Premier, his plan would be to move the RDA to a National Development Agency, which will be tasked with implementing the National Sustainable Development Plan. Meanwhile, PVIM Chairman Ronnie Skelton said once the plan is truly sustainable and can withstand the test of time, his administration, if elected, will implement the existing National Sustainable Development Plan.
We were able to put in the RDA the funding, build the resources in the RDA to develop the strategies to move these type of developments forward. We now have the capacity now, and we've been discussing moving the RDA to a National Development Agency. This agency would focus on the overall development and implementation of this plan, driving the key key elements, particularly from the economic development, the issue of our environment. As we know, the environment is very critical to overall development and the livelihood of this country. So we have to ensure that those tenets of the environment are protected and the key elements of it is implemented. So we're going to have an agency that is properly funded, staffed, with the necessary tools to be able to implement the strategies that are being derived from this National Sustainable Development Plan. And as we know, these plans are living documents. And we have to ensure that they, as we adjust, they are fit for purpose in terms of the direction that the country is going. We also have to ensure that the financial resources are budgeted to make sure that the implementation of the plans that have been outlined get the right priority, particularly education.
In other news, it's only you, you're an independent, said Territorial At-Large Representative Carvin Malone. That as he mocked the participation of Progressives United Chairman, District 3 Representative Honorable Julian Fraser in the recent party leaders' debate.
You can't trade your premier in for someone who even cannot join a team. You can't join a team today. Why would you want to join a team tomorrow? What are you doing, hedging your bets? This is no time for playing around. They have 3 or 4 teams. I mean, we have a complete 13. So, but what I'm saying is that you have, what about this debate I had the other day? You have a debate with party leaders. Virgin Islands Party, National Democratic Party, Progressive Virgin Islands Movement, is it? And PU. One member can make up a team, and you come into a leadership meeting, and it's only you. You're independent. You're an independent. You can't come to no party meeting with leadership, and you only leading yourself. You are an independent. Wait until you get the second member in, and then you'll be invited to a party leaders meeting.
Malone also challenged the recent alliance of Fraser's Progressives United with the Progressive Virgin Islands movement and word that the two parties are seeking to work alongside the National Democratic Party in pursuit of emerging with a coalition government. He questioned how such an alliance would work in the absence of a clear consensus on who is expected to lead in such an event.
When in the world is Fraser going to work with NDP 1, NDP 2, or any NDP? When is it going to happen? And this is what they're going to bring forward to you. You have a party with about 4 leaders still fighting for who will lead. You have a party with 4 leaders and they're still trying to actually figure out who's going to lead.
Malone has alleged that despite promising to act jointly in the interests of Virgin Islanders, the parties are incohesive. He has questioned what kind of stability such leadership would bring to the Virgin Islands.
The latest aspirant to it, a lady I love. But the fact is that if you're going to have a party with 4 leaders and none of them comfortable with what was settled on, how cohesive could that be? In order for us to get through what we are faced with, you have to have cohesive leadership. It is a vital and important ingredient, and somebody has to tell the story. Somebody has to say it.
Malone spoke at a recent event held as part of Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley's re-election campaign in the 7th District. We continue with news that the design is inadequate. That was the position of District 4 candidate for the Progressive Virgin Islands movement, Ian Smith, when asked for his views on the recently completed Road Town Market Square. During a recently released episode of 284 Media's Just for the Record, Smith told our news team that the low utilization of the facility suggests that authorities need to, quote, look at the project and see how it can be improved to meet the needs of farmers and other persons, end quote. In his own observation of the facility, a number of issues stood out to Smith.
The design is inadequate because you have farmers having to offload and pick up over 1,000 pounds of produce on a daily basis. The design should probably have storage space for those individuals. A few mornings ago, I watched someone offloading from 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure that their stall was occupied or stocked by a certain time. Also, the design doesn't allow for coverage, similar to what the old market had. So you have a situation where the produce is in the sun for 7 to 8 hours a day. And you also have to look at the environmental health issues with fruits being in the sun.
He believes that these and other issues are contributing to many vendors' decisions not to take up shop in the market square, and that the matter is in need of dire attention.
You have to look at the reason why some persons who were here before remain at the old location and not move back. So I think it's something you have to look at the project and see how it can be improved and meet the needs of the farmers and other persons.
Smith explored a variety of other prominent matters affecting District 4 and the wider territory as a guest on 284 Media's Just for the Record. His full interview is available on 284media.com and on the 284 Media YouTube channel. Well, viewers, with that, we take you to a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello. So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry. I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
The wait is over! CCT Fire is here! Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. On Saturday, our team joined residents of Virgin Gorda for the highly anticipated Virgin Gorda Cultural Food Fair, which kicked off activities for the 2023 Easter Festival. While there, we engaged with vendors who each offered their own culinary experience to patrons. Here's more.
Today this is Geneva's J&C Deli. We have stewed turtle, stew conchs, goat meat, baked pork chop, barbecue chicken and ribs, fish in Creole sauce, goat water. It's accompanied with peas and rice, mac pie, coleslaw, corn on the cob, potato salad, steamed veg provision, okra fungi, fried plantain. We also have a variety of local drinks. Every year I look forward for food fair at Easter time and also in the Christmas time. A lot of the people come and make sure they always check us for seafood because they know we have the key for seafood. So if you need seafood today, you can come on out and get it.
With the natural things that people that really need it in their health, it pick up all kind of particles, whatever's going on in your body. This one is to build your immune system up. Like when you have the corona, whatever's passing, a cold, and your body is kind of weak, inflammation, whatever is good for that. The honey, the molasses, the kelp, coconut oil, black seed oil, I drop.
My name is Juan Samuel. This is my business called MJ Sweet Delight. We have here some beef patties, chicken patties, tuna patties, and bread and cheese baked, and bread with cheese and salami also baked. Also we have cheesecake. This is called tres leches, which is a Spanish dessert, and another cheesecake just plain. So today we just participating to promote the business Sweet Delight.
My name is James Ledsam, owner of VI Traditional Delights. I'm always here at the annual festival foodware in Virgin Gorda. Today I have pineapple, coconut, guava berry tarts, sweet potato pudding, marby, guava berry liqueur, stewed gooseberries.
I'm coming home and I'll fall right down. Nobody business but my own. This. When you come by, I drink me rum. Coming home and I'll fall right down. Nobody business but my own. Shut the club. Nobody business. Say nobody business. Nobody business but my own. I can't hear nobody business. Nobody business. Nobody business but my own. I reach my stand by, I take me rum. I'm coming home and I'll fall right down.
The Rhythm Up Bartending School has just completed a highly successful course with 7 students graduating as bartenders. More in this report.
Rhythm Up Bartending School has just completed a highly successful course with 7 students, with Caleb Williams and Shante Henry as the top performers in the class. The course has been designed to provide students who have little or no experience in the bartending industry with the competent skills and training needed to meet industry standards. In an official comment, Mr. Colin Campbell, director of Rhythm Up Bartending, said, and I quote, "We are proud to say that it has been a resounding success. Our students have gained comprehensive knowledge of the bartending industry, including how to mix and serve drinks, as well as how to interact with customers in a professional and engaging manner. They have also learned valuable skills such as inventory management, cost control, and how to create a signature cocktail." Additionally, Campbell said, and I quote, "We are excited to see our graduates embark on their careers in the bartending industry, and we are confident that they will make a positive impact wherever they go. Rhythm Up Bartending School is committed to providing top quality training to all our students, and we look forward to welcoming our next cohort of aspiring bartenders." In an era where hospitality has become the mecca of not only the Virgin Islands, but the Caribbean, Rhythm Up Bartending School by Colin Campbell and Associates is raising the bar in training and developing the best bartenders in the BVI. Certified to serve. A bartender's job entails a wide range of competencies that include both technical knowledge and soft skills. Enrolling in a bartending course with Rhythm Up Bartending School will help you get up close and personal with common on-the-job responsibilities so you can test your skills and ease into employment with confidence. Bartending can be a fun job that earns good money, but it's also a serious endeavor that attracts professionals who know that bartending can be a serious and fulfilling career, not just a summer job or means of post-grad income. A good bartender has a fundamental skill set, drink knowledge, a soft touch with customers, customer service, organization, time management, calm in the face of stress that propels their careers, all of which you will develop at Rhythm Up Bartending School. For those looking to learn the basics of bartending 101, it starts with learning the fundamental skill sets of bartending. Classes are affordable and work with working individuals for a flexible learning experience. For more information, follow Rhythm Up Bartending School on Facebook or contact Mr. Colin Campbell at 542-4080.
Well, viewers, that is all for today's Weekend Roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com. Like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I am Jacka Wooding, and I will see you again next week. So have yourself a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye.